Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We've made it to the Arsenal Carabao Cup game because, me being me, I didn't read that was the 7th, not the 17th. So I had assumed that would be 7th to 23rd. It's not. It's the 17th to 23rd. It's not the 7th to 23rd, so we couldn't do those two games as I wanted to. So instead we're going to be doing Arsenal and Brentford, as both of them are a London-based club like Millwall. It's a cup game for one, and we're on TV for the other. And all the rest of the games up until Chelsea-Norwich are all Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, bit difficult. Anyway, sorry. No business, I think, at least of transfer-wise. Still the same three coming in. No new players out, except for Daniel Fraser, who went on a free to Western-super-Mare. Other than that, nothing. At least not of note, anyway. Doyle suspended for this game. Balogun ineligible, obviously, because he's a loanee from Arsenal. Looking back at the fixtures, as you can see, though, we have picked up quite impressively. After a 1-0 defeat to Newcastle, we've been unbeaten, with a 0-0 draw against Man City, which was very good. 2-1 win over Southampton, again, very good. Portsmouth beat them 2-0. Beat Manchester United 2-0. Everton 2-1. Drew with Aston Villa 0-0. And we beat Watford 3-1, putting us in 9th place in the Premier League, compared to Brighton and Brentford, who are currently 20th and 16th, respectively. We're actually ahead of Arsenal currently, which is even more impressive, who are actually playing today in the Carabao Cup 4th round. Now, getting past this round is completely irrelevant. We don't need to. The board are already happy I've got to 4th round as it is. So we are fine, so to speak. Ben Thompson, you're going to have to come in for Tommy Doyle, obviously. And Balogun's going to have to come out of the team for Dieter Jean, who will then swap into the bench for Alvaro. This is the team we're obviously going for then. Actually, is Brandon Williams back? Yes, he is. We'll put Brandon Williams in. He was out with a suspension. He's already got a yellow card, 5 card anyway, in the last game, so he was out. But he's back now, thankfully. So we don't have to worry about putting Pedersen back on the field. Although, saying that, he's done fairly well with his 2 games so far with a 7.76. But as you can see, everyone in the defence is at least a 7 point something, along with the midfield. So I'm happy with the team as it is. We're going to go into this game attacking like we do every game, because there's no point playing a match if you're not going to try and win it. If you're going to try and stall the other team out, it's just going to be more frustrating when they break through in the last few minutes and score and win the game. So just going on to try and attack and attack and attack, in my opinion, is better. I'll be honest with you, I don't recognise any of those names in the Arsenal first team, or for that matter, in the second team. The suspension for Eddie Nketiah. However you pronounce his last name. I don't actually know how you pronounce it. Yeah, go and put where they just display. Come to this in form. Arsenal are a better team than they recent form shows. Anyway, back out of the press conference stuff, we now have our match against Arsenal. Harvey throws the ball to Blasquez. Now back to Harvey again. Cross the ball in. Tries to find, no idea how to pronounce that name, at the far post, and managed to get past our defender. And Reece Bell makes it 1-0 in the 4th minute. And I think attacking probably was the wrong decision. Then again, obviously, we could go on and score and equalise in this match. There's nothing stopping us from doing that. It's just the fact that he managed to get it straight past Kadu with almost no trouble. And Axel Tuanzebe and Matthew Clark both stood there and watched as Reece Bell took the shot. Right, another throw in from Arsenal. Harvey again throws it to Blasquez. This time goes into the middle for Caprini. Caprini out to the right wing. Left wing, tries to find someone, can't remember his name, but Emre Moore clears it. Ogden now back to Kimpembe, now to Cotterill. Cotterill gets it past the defender, through towards Dillerson, but oh, Christ. Thankfully, Blasquez manages to miss the shot, but they are showing their talents. Then ask for some creativity going into the 15th minute. That's when you're allowed to start, giving touchline instructions that actually do something. And hopefully we can actually pull off an equaliser. Goal kick from Arsenal. Saliba tries to get out wide. Finds Dilrosun. Yeah, I'm guessing it's Dilrosun. And for Christ's sake, that was horrendous defending. They're definitely showing the gulf in talent between the two clubs, despite the fact we drew 0-0 with them last time we played them. I think actually at the Emirates as well, actually, that game was, so. But he literally just ran past both Kadu, and there was a huge gap in the middle of the field that there shouldn't have been. Matthew Clark should have been in that position to stop him getting that shot away, but he didn't. Speaking of centre-backs, Axel Tuanzebe is a target for Southampton. They're willing to pay up to £45 million for the centre-back, which will give him the opportunity to sign 2 young Brazilian ones. In theory. Ben Thompson's already got himself a yellow card. This is the 3rd of the season already. And with just 10 minutes left of the half, a bit more creativity, try and get something from this half. 4 shots, 0 on target from us. But as you can see, possession's effectively 50-50. Oh, throw-in just before the half. Clark throws to Keena. Into Glazen. Glazen tries a cross, but now Correa's with the ball. Saliba. Oh, for Christ's sake. Etienne Capoue gets that header completely wrong, and then Reece Bell goes on to score a 3rd. Oh, no, he doesn't. Cleared away very well by Williams. Thankfully. It's half-time, and we are not showing any sort of potency with our attacking players. So Louis Barry comes on for Alvaro. Albrighton will come on for Glazen. And Keena will come off for Rothwell. That's all 3 changes done at once, I know, but it's the best option I've got. Right, after a bit of passion going into the second half, everyone's fired out except for Williams, who's now anxious, which is worrying as a defender. We've got a full stadium though, 4,934 Arsenal fans. I'm not the only home team losing 2-0, so are Blackburn. However, Blackburn are in the 3rd tier. We are in the top tier, a place above Arsenal. So, clearly, a gulf in talent that isn't being shown as much. Bournemouth just gone ahead against Burnley, making it 1-0 thanks to a penalty. And someone called M. Wolf, who I don't actually know who that is. And unfortunately, it appears that nothing's really going to happen. Rothwell with a free kick, though. Clark picks the ball up on the edge of the box, tries another cross, but it's headed away. And now the Arsenal substitute striker gets the ball away, and Dilrosun managed to make it into the box, shoots, but straight at Turgeman. Turgeman actually has not got a single man of the match performance. However, for 4 games in a row, he was the top player on our side because he kept keeping the goals to a minimum for the other team, except in this match because he's on camera. That's how it works. If a player's doing well, he won't do well on camera. We'll just be calm with him. Despite the result, I was happy. Annoyingly, that's effectively ruined the team opinion, because no one agreed with what I just said, but what can you do? And it appears every single home team managed to lose without even scoring a goal. So at least we can hold that to our name, at the very least. Jovel Konjevic doing well, 3-2 win there. 6-0 for Hemel Hempstead over Cambridge City. Not bad. Actually, speaking of loanee players, how are Boston doing? I haven't checked on them in about a month. Oh, they're doing actually fairly well. 2nd in the league, 6 points off the top. Not bad. They should get promotion this season in theory. Nothing major to mention in the that bit. And Brandon Williams is suspended from Carabao Cup games. Thankfully, we've been knocked out of the Carabao Cup, so that doesn't actually matter. And he won't be here next season, most likely, because we won't have a reason to have him here. We'll probably sign a new left back to to fix that position. And on the 1st of November, should get news on players and managers of the month, in theory. Because we haven't actually got any of them for quite a while, as far as I'm aware. There we go. Things of the month. That's just important stuff. That's mentoring groups. That's good. Right. Mohamed Salah gets Player of the Month, with Tommy Doyle in second place and Jose Vitor in third. West Ham's manager managed to win Manager of the Month, with myself in second and Zinedine Zidane in third. Justin McGarity wins Young Player of the Month for Wrexham, and Gulka Konjevic comes in third place for Yeovil. And the Roman National Goal of the Month is Slavi Spasov, who I recognise the name of. Probably signed and tried to sign at some point for Boston. Gulka Konjevic in second and Nelson Kumbeni in third. I won't obviously show you those because there's no point. He's not actually playing at the club, so you wouldn't have seen them regardless. Oh, Giovanni Reyna begins contract talks with Borussia Dortmund. Speaking of contracts, two of our Boston loanees, Ted Mengi and Jack Kultas, have signed new deals, keep him at the club for at least 3 years. I think Kultas is 4 years. But an interesting thing about Kultas' contract is he has a release clause in his if we get relegated. That release clause is £28 million. Actually, if I can bring it up with the Dev Centre. Okay, look up there. Alright, where's Jack Kultas? There he is. Jack Kultas' contract info, relegation release clause of £28 million. So clearly, he's a lot better than I thought he was. Because I would have paid him about £2 to £3 million value, not tens of millions. Especially as a relegation release clause is kind of iffy on that as well. It means it's probably worth maybe double that. You never know. These things change almost daily, valuations, so yeah. Got Brentford in 2 days, obviously. These are the other set of Carabao Cup fixtures. I would laugh if all the home teams now win and leave all the away teams without a win. Just to even it up, sort of thing. It would be quite nice. Nothing interesting in the fixtures being played there. So far, Cameroon have been undefeated under me, although in technicality they're not under me because I don't manage the friendlies. Oh, so close. Leeds, you messed up. If Leeds had just won their game against Man United, it would have been a complete whitewash for the home teams. But they couldn't manage to stop Man United from winning 1-0. But yeah, as I said, Cameroon have been undefeated so far since I joined them, which is nice to see. Despite the fact I haven't actually managed them once, but it's not the point. My first game on for managing them actually properly is Sao Tome and Principe on the 17th of November, which obviously will not be on camera. The next games on camera won't be until December or possibly even January. But obviously Brentford is the next game in this episode because Brentford are apparently, as far as I'm aware, a rival of Millwall. I didn't actually know that until I took over Millwall, which is admittedly probably something I should have, researched before taking up the role, but it's fine. Munster in Germany. Which division are they in? The Dreiliga. The 3 Liga, which means they're probably not that rich. Despite the fact they're offering a manager almost £5,000 a week compared to what I was being offered in the 4th tier of English football, was just over £2,000. You can see the clear difference in finances of the two clubs. Admittedly, obviously, Boston had just climbed up through 2 non-league divisions, but you'd have thought at least somewhere along the way they'd have thought, more money, higher division. Clearly not. Oh, another thing, just remembered, is I've finally broken the £1 million barrier. It's not on this screen, is it? No, it's not. It's on this screen. There we go. I've broken £1 million total career earnings, which is nice. I mean, yeah, it's nice. Still, relationships are poor with loads of my old Boston players because I kicked them out of the club, and actually a couple of Millwall ex-players as well because I kicked them out of the club too. No promises currently, which is very nice because it's difficult juggling promises within a club in the Premiership because you have a certain team you always want to play, and then the rest of them you never want to play because they're not good enough. Like, for instance, Etienne Capoue. The only reason I still have him at the club is because I have no other centre midfielders. The only reason I still have Mark Albright is I have no other left midfielders. So, things had to change. But thankfully, we've now got some of our Brazilian players firing on all cylinders. So we should actually do quite well in this game against Brentford. We're going to return Balogun to the first team because Balogun actually found a bit of form prior to the Arsenal game and managed to score a goal. Admittedly, it's not a lot of form, but it's form nonetheless. Keenan playing still there. We're going to swap Etienne Capoue out for Tommy Doyle, and we're going to take, I think probably best is to take Simia out of the bench because we've got Nate on the bench. I think that's the best option. Ben Knight, despite the fact that I gave him such glowing reviews, he really hasn't been playing that well this season. But I'm going to put him in for Rothwell on the bench so he can play for Keenan in this game, if need be, obviously. Matthew Clark is 1 yellow card away from being suspended. That's a worry. But yeah, as I said, wanted by Southampton for Tuanzebe. That's important because it means a lot of money could be about to come into the club. £45 million worth of money, which is very, very nice. Anyway, proceed to the match. Again, we're attacking, doing what we normally do in league matches. And Brentford are yet to win a match this season. I believe they've got 2 points in the league so far. And other than that, they have yet to win. Right. Performance they're expecting it. Because they kind of are expecting it. Let's just have a quick look. Brentford. Oh no, they must have won by now then. Oh, they have won. Okay, never mind then. The ramblings of an idiot. Brentford have managed to win a game so far this season. I just clearly missed it. But as you can see, so far in the first 10 minutes of the match, we've been dominating. Which is very nice to see. Annoyingly, we've also been dominating the fouls, which is less likely to see, but what can you do? Hopefully, we'll actually win this game, because we kind of need to return to good form after the Arsenal defeat. Doyle now, forward to Emre Moore. Keena in the middle for Thompson. Thompson plays it forward. Tries to get out wide to Gleason, but can't. Cavari stops it, and now Jensen with the ball. Jensen tries to run it past the midfield, doesn't quite make it. Doyle now picks the ball up, runs it forward, tackled by Jensen in what looked like a fairly rough tackle, but alright. Balogun now with the ball, runs it past the defender, gets it into the box, has a shot but it's hit the outside of the post and is now away for a goal kick. So, some positives to take from that, obviously. But we should be scoring before they do. Doyle with the free kick, headed away by Watmore. Calvert-Lewin gets the second header away. Williams now clears the ball out to Doyle again. Doyle gets it round the tackle, crosses it in. Watmore's header again away. Zambarek clears it this time, and again Calvert-Lewin heads it on to Williams. Thompson now with the ball to Doyle, who with a terrible pass forwards, and looks likely they're about to have a shot on our goal. Thankfully blocked by Tuanzebe, but they get the ball back again, and Calvert-Lewin is through and does score. So annoyingly, the team on that were on the foot of the table before today's game are now beating the team who were 9th in the table. So I want to ask for a bit of passion from Millwall, because they should not be 1-0 down. They should arguably be 2-0 up. But yeah, what can you do? That's just how the simulation works. It simulates you winning games you should never win, and it simulates you losing games you should always win. Because Football Manager is very finicky. But as you can see, we have been dominating this game. We're going to want better performances from the team in the second half. As I predicted, Keena is going to have to come off for Ben Knight, because Keena is not playing that well. Simple as that. And we'll also probably take off Glazen for Albrighton. And we'll leave Balogun on for the time being, in case he does turn good for the second half. We'll give him to about the 70th minute. If he doesn't score by then, we'll bring on Louis Barry. Free kick from Alan Ruiz. Watmore's header goes over the bar though. And after 51 minutes, it's still 1-0 Brentford. Turdman with a goal kick plays it to Clark. Back to Tuanzebe now. Tuanzebe out wide for Williams. Williams runs it forward, plays it into middle for Thompson. Back to Tuanzebe. Over the top, tries to play it into Balogun but doesn't reach him. Jensen now with the ball. Plays it back to Watmore, plays it forward to Ben Rama. I think that's his name, I couldn't actually read it properly. Tuanzebe heads it down to Williams. Williams back all the way to Turdman. Turdman holds the ball up and then plays it to Tuanzebe, who gets it forward. Again looking for Balogun, but this time finds him. Albrighton now with the ball. Plays it in the middle for Thompson, who gets it out wide, finding Williams. Williams gets to the byline, crosses it to Albrighton, and a very, very nice goal from Ben Knight, who is probably thinking that he's now rewarded my faith in him being picked. For the fact that he's just scored the equaliser in this effective derby game. No idea how to pronounce that name. Alan Ruiz now to Jensen. Jensen plays it out wide looking for Kvara. Kvara tries to get it past. No idea who that was. Who's number 12? Is that Albrighton? I think it's Albrighton. Kvara gets the cross in and Turdman catches the ball that was headed effectively straight into his face. But it was offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. As I said, we'll wait till the 70th minute. If Balogun hasn't scored by then, we'll sub him off for Barry. Clark now with the ball. Now to Tuanzebe. Plays it forward to Thompson. Thompson in the middle for Doyle. Over the top. Tries to find Albrighton. Finds him. It is number 12, yes. Albrighton crosses it in. And Emran Moore with a terrible, terrible shot. Really should have touched that down first and then had a shot, but it's past the past. Ben Knight now to Albrighton. Albrighton tries to get it past the defender. Does more or less. Watmore, though, takes the ball out of the air for Kvara. Back to Watmore, now to Jensen. Jensen plays it back to the goalkeeper. Back now forward to Racic. And Zambarek plays it forward to Calvert-Lewin again. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin scores again. And that's very annoying, obviously. And I've run out of patience on Balogun, so Barry comes in. Tuanzebe now plays it to Clark. Clark back to Tuanzebe. Plays it forward to Thompson. Thompson out wide finds Albrighton. And he's tackled by Kvara, who gets the ball out for a throw-in. And now on comes Louis Barry. Apparently motivated and calm. We don't need them to be calm. We need them to be fired up. We need them to be pushing forward for an equaliser and a winner. Doyle plays the ball over the top. Barry chasing it. Gets the shot away, but it's away for a clearance by Watmore. Or Watmo, whatever you pronounce his name as. Because it's actually not what I thought it was spelt as. Ask for a bit more passion again. And we're going to go very attacking into the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this match. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been the ruiner of Millwall's hopes for this match. And it's not very nice to see. Because we were effectively within touching distance of a European place if we had won this match. And as I had thought, putting on very attacking means there have been no more highlights and won't be any more highlights. And Brentford do get the chance to win 2-1. Which is very, very annoying. But we still remain in the top 10, for now at least, until, the other team plays. But, doesn't matter. We played on the Friday, they play on the Saturday and Sunday and the Monday. Doesn't really matter at the minute. but we can go as low as 12th, so we can't really go too far down. Nuno Freitas manages to win with Bohemians, which is very nice, and Calvert-Lewin does give them a 2-1 win over me. Doyle reveals my fury, obviously, and as I said, Roberto Martinez watching over Axel Tuanzebe. 6 games unbeaten, we finally lose a match. It's not good. It is not. Anyway, back to the video. The next episode will probably be Norwich then Liverpool. A home and away game, one on TV, one not. And plus it's closer than Wednesday, Saturday's closer. So yeah, we'll come back in December 6th for the Norwich games and Liverpool game. But until then, as I say every episode, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.